we both come from countries that are hilariously underrepresented.
Yeah, for sure.
And whenever they are represented, they come from a very specific angle.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I'm
Rwanda-
just going to put this on airplane mode because it keeps going off. I do apologize.
Yeah, you're all good, man.
I swear I put it on airplane mode before this.
I believe you. But yeah, like obviously with Rwanda,
Yeah.
the angle is always the fucking genocide.
Yeah, every time.
If they're gonna do a movie, there's.
Yeah.
And then with Romania, it's gonna be either Transylvania. We got two angles. We got the Dracula stuff. Or we're East European and we're miserable and we're probably a war-torn country. Like literally, it's not annoying. It's just funny.
Yeah.
My friend, I saw this casting I sent over to my friend, and it's like woman in the 30s. They come from an East European war-torn country. They've seen the ravage, the damage that war does, and they're fighting to stop it, but they know it might never end. And I'm like, what?
Like even with like, I'll say two things. First of all, another shout out to Nshuti Gatwa.
Yeah.
He is Rwandan. He's actually Rwandan, Scottish. He's
Right.
a new doctor, so he's obviously doing stuff.
He's made it to the pinnacle of
I'm
British culture.
hopefully like people stop saying, oh, they'll start saying, oh, you mean like Nshuti Gatwa instead of like Don Cheadle, who's not Rwandan. He just played in the movie Hotel Rwanda.
Yeah.
But so shout out to him there, and also it's I do get what you mean. Like they have that stereotype. Like people don't understand. Like we don't live in mud huts. Like we have internet. We have Netflix.
Yeah.
We have fucking Uber. Like it's
Bro,
not.
this is the wildest thing.
Yeah.
Do you know when the headlines came out when the war in Ukraine happened, which is, for those that don't know, right next to Romania, like some of the stuff was like trying to relate to these people, and they were like, well, they're like us, they got Instagram, you know? I mean, some of them went wild, they're like, they're blonde and blue-eyed, they were like, whoa, easy.
Yeah.
Let's go a bit far. But like how is that? Like that? Oh, they're like us because they got Instagram. Dude, everyone's got fucking Instagram.
Everyone like people like I don't like.
Like
Africa
there's
is
iPhones all over the world.
Africa is one of the most, if not the most rich in natural resources in the world. I do believe
It's one of the biggest continents.
Yeah, if Africa closed its borders, like the continent just closed itself and say, listen, we are going to take charge of our own resources. We're not going to let fucking countries like the China or Britain or America come and take our resources. We're going to start this, and we're going to dictate the amount of money, because they send us. Because I think it was this Indian guy that made this point. A lot of countries like the UK, America will point fingers at like India and be like, you're creating so much, you're destroying the environment with the levels of pollution that you make. But then the guy goes, that's because you outsource all your work to us. If you did your own work, yours will be higher than ours. The only reason why we have higher pollution is because we're making all the clothes you wear, the materials you use for driving. That's why we're things. So if countries like that close off their borders and say, listen, we're going to do it our way, no longer that victim mentality of, oh, they're the bigger country, you kind of have to listen to them. They can evolve. Even, like he also said in the thing, the country will take money, steal money from the country, and then give it back to them, but as a loan. So they'll go in and, let's say, something happens in Congo. They have like rubber. Their main, like one of the main thing was rubber.
Congo rings.
Yeah. So countries like Belgium, like they'll come, they'll steal all of that, they'll steal all their resources, and then later on when Congo's struggling, they'll be like, here you go, here's some money, but it's a loan, so you have to pay us back, even though it's their money to begin with. Like it's so.
Yeah, politics, economics.
Yeah, I do think Africa would become like such a strong country, a strong continent, if they learn how to like really gather together and work with each other. But
I mean, that's the history of humanity. It's rise and fall of different regions over and over again.
Yeah,
it's wild though, because like 2,000 years ago, well, a bit over 2,000 years ago, it was fuck all in Europe. I mean, they were stuck like little empires and stuff and things like that. But like Northern Europe, what was they like? And maybe it's just the historical knowledge I have and the education I've had. But like we know about the Greeks and the Mycenaeans and stuff, and the Roman Empire,
yeah,
but
Vikings, all that.
Yeah, but the Vikings were like 1,000 years later almost, and then like what was it like? Some Germanic tribes, the Celts having a dance, around some stones. It's in 2,000 years Europe has become this, powerhouse through a bloody history. Like, no doubt about that.
I mean, even with like stuff like the OBEs, or MBEs, apparently, to my knowledge,
British Empire and then
officer of the British Empire or member of the British Empire.
Oh, okay.
Even that it used to be such a prestigious award, but now you have a lot of people turning them down because of what it symbolizes. You're saying you're a member of the British Empire. The British Empire is not a good thing. They went to countries, invaded, took over their resources, and like forced their people sometimes into slavery or stuff like that, and it's not something you want to be.
I mean, it's a complicated historical topic in the sense that like once you put it in context and you compare it to everything that's going on at the time, I don't have enough knowledge to start, having a debate about it. I'm aware that he's done some fucked up shit.
Yeah, for sure. Again, I'm no expert as well.
Some good things as well.
Yeah.
But it's overall as an entity, like it's kind of right now, it's kind of hard to tell on which side you would say it's more on.
There's the good outweigh the bad.
Yeah, but that's just history.
Yeah, for sure.
Fucking mess.
Yeah.
I love how we ended up from Transylvania.
Oh,
a little weird history.